It's Meatless Monday and I made a veggie pot pie with biscuits on top. Come, let's cook. So the first recipe for the pot pie with biscuits is the soup portion of it. So this is all the ingredients that you're gonna need. I'm gonna be using my Instant Pot to make it, which makes it much easier and quicker. So I'm gonna set it to saute for about 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna get started and adding all the ingredients. 3 medium-sized potatoes, 3 large carrots or 6 smaller carrots, 1 large onion, 1 celery, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 1 teaspoon of thyme, half a cup of flour, a cup and a half of milk. You're gonna need some pepper, some salt, and then 2 cups of vegetable stock, and then frozen peas, about 3/4 cup, and some olive oil. So we'll start with the olive oil. So while my pot is on saute, it's heating up, I'm going to add a few drizzles of this. And then I'm gonna saute all my veggies in there except for the peas. So while I'm waiting for this to heat up a little bit, I'm gonna set my oven at 400 degrees. So first, onions. Then you're gonna add your celery, your carrots, okay, so once our veggies are a little bit translucent and have been cooked, I'm gonna put the butter to melt a little bit in the middle. And then right on top of the butter, I will put the flour. So you see, the butter's right there and the flour right on top until that butter melts. And once the butter melts, you wanna mix all that together. As you can see, the butter melted, and now you're just gonna wanna mix all that so that the flour can get incorporated. And all that little bits are gonna come up in a little bit, and that's gonna give it more flavor. All right, so now time to add the milk. And this milk is gonna get a little thicker because of that flour and butter. And while that's thickening up, I'm going to measure out my 2 cups of broth. So I'm gonna salt and season the mixture. That's a teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then thyme, that's a teaspoon of thyme. And then freshly ground pepper. It's about a teaspoon and a half a teaspoon of pepper, but you can kind of eyeball it. At this point, I know how much pepper I like on my things. So as you can see, the milk has thickened up. Now we mix in the seasoning. And now it's the perfect time to add our broth. And seriously, just in time because it beeped at 20-minute mark. And once all that is incorporated and it hits the 20-minute mark on the saute, you're gonna add your potatoes. And we're gonna do a few minutes on the pressure cooker so that the potatoes can cook down. We're still not adding the peas. We're adding this at the very last minute. So you're gonna put it on soup and broth and for about 5 minutes and then start. So while I'm waiting for the Instant Pot, I'm gonna get started on the biscuits. So while the Instant Pot is doing its thing, making the soup portion, I'm gonna start on the biscuits. And these are the ingredients that you're gonna need. You're gonna need 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a half cup of melted butter, a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and if you don't have cream of tartar, you can substitute it with white vinegar. Yes, you can do that. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then you don't have to do this, but we always make our biscuits cheesy, and I'm gonna add some cheese. And really, it's up to your liking. You can add a cup or 2. I think I'll probably add 2 cups. And you're also gonna need a cup of milk. These are super simple biscuits. They're called drop biscuits. So really, it's dropping everything in the mixer and letting it go. Flour, baking powder, sugar, cream of tartar, garlic powder, and I think I forgot to mention that you're also going to need half a teaspoon of salt. Incorporate those dry ingredients first, a little bit. And then the rest is just dumping. Get the milk, the butter, mix that. And now the cheese. So it's a gooier consistency than a doughy consistency. So this is kind of what you want to see. And now we'll set it aside so we can finish off our soup. And now it's ready for the peas. So the peas are gonna cook when you put it in the oven, so you don't need to wait for that. And now I have these little soup tureens, and I'm gonna fill them up and then put my biscuit on top. We're almost there. Now, this is like the most useful gadget in the kitchen. I'm gonna plop a couple of them in there. And since I had a little bit extra of the biscuit, I'm gonna make some more. And now they're ready for the oven, and you're gonna bake them in your oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. Okay. Oh, it smells delicious. So I think I added a little bit too much cheese because it didn't fluff up, but who cares? It's cheese. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me. Please make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and check out some of my other videos. See you next time. Happy cooking, everybody.
Happy cooking!